Welcome to Memoirs of a Twisted Mind. I'm your host, Eddie Stanley. Today's episode, I would like to talk about it being men's fault. Being men's fault. Yeah. Because our forefathers, well, not mine, but the forefathers end up coming out with something called the patriotic system, where the man is on top, the woman is second in command, then it's the children. Head, heart, limbs. It's our fault because some men at the head of the table abuse that power, they abuse that privilege that came out with feminists, which is not a bad thing. Feminism is a great thing because I am also somebody that believes in equal rights. But somewhere throughout that dynamic, feminists start thinking that they were above men and superior to men, where certain men start dropping down the patriarch system. The only difference is some of them feminists don't know how to be the head of a family, just like some men don't know how to be the heart, and then the kids is just appendants. Regardless of that, yeah, I do agree with feminists. I agree with everything having equal rights, but this modern day of thinking they're superior, because here's the thing, what they don't understand, they can find a guy that has been badly damaged by a female. They could find somebody that actually plays the tricks, plays the games, where the female busts on and say, oh, I ain't dealing with another dude like that. And then all of a sudden they come back to either that person that's doing that or another dude that act just like that. Well, all they trying to do is get to the happiest place. Because men do things to get closer to than farther away. The fun time. And yeah, granted, I know at times that it could get tough, it could get hard and all that stuff. But the dudes that's out there actually trying to bust theyself and going, I'm the head of the table, it got totally disconnected because it's our fault. Don't see how, but it's our fault. It's our fault to the fact of going, hey, we put women in this situation where they felt they need to fight back because people abuse their power. Now it flipped where some women don't want to deal with the consequences or responsibility for putting men in that space, putting men in them type situations, where with men we can actually look at a female, date a female, do whatever with a female, and then once we go our separate ways, we can somewhat forget that you exist until we happen to run past you with that new dude and we laugh. Some women cannot. But it's fine because, see, this is what men created. We created the fact that women need to think about themselves. Women need to be strong. Women need to be independent. Women need to do all this when your biggest competition is other women. The patriarch system is not the way to go in this modern time because it's already broken. And the fact is, it's great, it's understanding, but it's broken. Because when a woman is doing everything that a man does, and then by the time she actually figures out that she wants to have kids, she wants to have a family, she wants to have all this stuff, by that time that man then probably either went through life, ended up scraping for his value, actually had to fight, scratch, claw to get his value, and then you're sitting back saying, ooh, I can come along. He doesn't want you. But it's our fault. Because we don't want you. We want somebody that is actually younger or more attractive, or don't have to sit back and be body positive. Like body positive. All words that's made up for women who actually are alone. Yeah, man don't want me because he don't understand my value. Well, your value done probably already passed. And that is not a dig. That's just the cold reality. A man's value comes from what he does in his life. A woman's value is what can she actually provide? What can she be nourishing? Can she actually be wholesome? Can she actually be a woman that's not gonna battle you every time? But again, there's no reason for a patriarch system. Even though you have women out here telling younger women, like mothers telling their daughters, if a man can't do for you, he's worthless. But to contradict that, you need to go out there and be a hustler just like them. Interesting. Because that's the same thing that I feel that I tell mine, of going, this is what you need to do, this is how you need to respect, this is what you need to actually have to be a head of a household. But it's my fault that I'm not raising men to be accountable. Even though this world chew men up, spit them out, tell them that they have no right to actually tell a woman what she can and can't do, we cut the head off patriarch system. But it's our fault because the patriarch system didn't bring balance. It didn't bring any of that stuff. And again, I can argue the fact of going, you're right, it was flawed. But yet, some of the successful people came from a 2-parent household. There are the ones that came from a single-parent household, don't get me wrong, because they had to fight through adversity. Especially men had to fight through adversity. But yet, you're telling, take it like a man, be a man, stop crying, don't do this. But yet, it's our fault because it was a patriarch system. Girls can get slid into the DMs where a guy can just easily say, hey girlie, what's up? To trick you. And some girls go, oh, it makes an interesting conversation. It's a toxic conversation that's following. Because nobody taught you how to actually not be a modern day feminist, but to be an alpha, be a boss babe. But yet it's our fault because we made y'all this way. So yeah, we put up with the games, we put up with all this, but yet we are the ones that can actually figure out how reality works and come as is. But yet It's our fault because the patriarch system oppressed women. But if you really think about it, modern day feminism oppressed men because some of them think that they're superior than us, and they have every right to, because that's the whole point of feminism, equal. So when we do it to you, just hold on to that accountability. This has been Memoirs of a Twisted Mind. I have been your host, Eddie Stanley, and the question I got for you is, what are you doing different today?